Hello Midnights. Thank you for tuning in. Up next, the red band between souls, invisible thread of destiny and death. Let us know where you are listening from and don't forget to subscribe. There are truths too deep for the mind to grasp but too real for the heart to deny. Among them is the quiet, persistent intuition that certain souls are not strangers, they are echoes, reflections, or flames lit from the same fire. They do not arrive randomly. They return, drawn by an ancient magnetic pull, a resonance that transcends the amnesia of birth. They awaken, not just to a new person, but to a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the cosmic tapestry. They remember, tapping into a cellular wisdom that whispers of shared histories and unfinished lessons from countless cycles. This is the truth embodied in the timeless myth of the red band between souls, an invisible, spiritual filament that binds two beings across lifetimes, across planes of existence, across the dream and waking world alike. It is a connection woven not by human hands, but by the very fabric of existence, subtle yet unbreakable. It is not always seen, remaining hidden from the conscious mind's gaze. But when felt, a profound, undeniable recognition blossoms within the heart. It is unmistakable. The red band is not merely a tale of fate from ancient China or Japan. Its rich mythology tells of Yu Xiaolaoren, the old man under the moon, who ties an invisible red cord around the ankles, or fingers, of those destined to meet, regardless of place, time, or circumstance. This magical cord may stretch or tangle, but it never breaks. It is, in truth, a symbolic key, a gateway into something that all great spiritual traditions touch on, that the soul is eternal, a journeying entity beyond the confines of a single life. That its bonds are sacred, consecrated by divine intention and karmic necessity. And that some meetings are not written in time, a linear progression, but in eternity, a timeless realm where all connections exist simultaneously. The red thread runs through Buddhist ideas of karmic continuity, where actions and relationships ripple across incarnations, shaping future encounters. It resonates with Sufi mysticism's concept of divine yearning, the soul's innate desire to reunite with its source and with other souls sharing that journey. It finds echoes in Kabbalistic teachings of soul fractals, sparks of one greater soul that incarnate in multiple vessels to fulfill a grander, collective story. Beyond these, similar echoes resonate in Norse sagas of fated companions whose destinies are interwoven by the Norns, Celtic tales of intertwined destinies woven into the very land, and indigenous beliefs in spirit kin, recognizing profound connections to others as part of a larger tribe of souls. These diverse cultural expressions underscore a universal human yearning to understand profound connections that defy ordinary explanation, hinting at a truth deeply embedded in the collective human psyche. In all of these, the red band is not about ownership or possession, a notion of control or attachment. It is about recognition, the soul's profound and instantaneous remembrance, the moment one soul looks into another and recalls a shared journey, a forgotten vow, or a purpose yet to be fulfilled. This deep recognition is often what distinguishes these bonds from ordinary relationships. While commonly linked to romantic soulmates or twin flames concepts suggesting a deeply resonant partner or even two halves of a single soul destined for reunion, the red band encompasses a broader spectrum. It can manifest in profound friendships, significant mentorships, or even familial ties, extending beyond the conventional definitions of love to include any connection essential for one's spiritual evolution. When two souls bound by the red band meet, something happens that transcends logic. A glance feels like a return, as if picking up a conversation from a distant past. A conversation feels like a continuation, effortlessly flowing, rich with unspoken understanding. A stranger feels like a missing part of yourself, an intuitive sense of completion. This moment is often accompanied by a powerful emotional resonance, joy so pure it brings tears, a primal fear of what this connection might reach, awe at the sheer perfection of the encounter, or even a profound grief for something lost or separated. There is also a sense of time bending, as if the present collapses into the eternal, where moments stretch into eternities and entire histories feel condensed into a single glance or touch, giving a profound sense of déjà vu. And perhaps most strikingly, synchronicity abounds, dreams that mirror each other, specific numbers appearing repeatedly, significant signs in nature, and circumstances converging impossibly, often guiding the two individuals into each other's path with uncanny precision, creating a compelling narrative of fate. These signs are not coincidences, random occurrences in a chaotic universe. They are echoes of a soul contract, an agreement made outside of time, in the timeless realm before incarnation, to meet here, now, for a reason your conscious mind may not remember, but your spirit does. It is a whisper from the cosmic ledger, confirming a preordained convergence designed for mutual growth and soul evolution. Yet, Within this preordained dance, there remains the profound mystery of free will. Do we merely follow the thread, or do our choices actively weave it? Perhaps the red band represents not an inescapable mandate, but an invitation, a powerful inclination that we are still free to accept or resist, though resistance may only prolong the journey back to our destined path. A tragic misunderstanding of the red band is that it always brings ease, romantic love, or lifelong companionship, a fairy tale ending. But soul bonds, especially ancient ones, are not always gentle. They are rarely about comfort alone. Some are designed to trigger your awakening by breaking you open, forcing a confrontation with deeply ingrained comfort zones and established patterns, compelling you to shed old skins. Others mirror your shadow, reflecting back your unacknowledged fears, insecurities, and suppressed aspects, forcing you to confront buried truths and integrate fragmented parts of yourself for wholeness. Still others teach soul lessons through pain, separation, or sacrifice, forging resilience and deeper spiritual understanding through adversity, acting as crucibles for transformation. These intense dynamics are often referred to as karmic relationships, tasked with clearing residual energies or completing past life cycles. These are known as karmic soul ties or chemical relationships, connections that ignite profound, often intense transformation, like fire to metal, refining the spirit. They do not come to calm you, to provide an easy path. They come to make you real, authentic, stripping pretense. In such relationships, love is not always soft. Sometimes it is demanding, transformative. Sometimes it is the fierce love of the universe, delivered through another soul, saying, "It is time to become who you truly are," pushing you beyond perceived limitations. The discomfort they bring is often a necessary catalyst for profound inner work, accelerated healing, and spiritual expansion. Mystics and energy workers often speak of the red band as a literal energetic tether, residing within the etheric layer of the auric field, the subtle energy body that surrounds us, a luminous cord of connection. It is attached not just at the heart, the center of love and compassion, but also potentially at the root chakra, linking shared foundations or family lines, the solar plexus, indicating a powerful co-creative or power dynamic, or the third eye, suggesting a profound telepathic or intuitive link, depending on the nature and purpose of the connection. This band may pulse with vibrant energy when the other is thinking of you, sending a palpable energetic ripple or warmth. It may contract during separation, causing a distinct sense of physical ache, emptiness, or longing. Or it can send intuitive downloads during crisis or change, providing sudden insights, a clear knowing, or irresistible urges to reach out, acting as an energetic communication channel. In deep meditative states or moments of heightened awareness, some people report seeing or feeling this cord, glowing with an inner light, vibrating with life force, stretching across time and space, a luminous testament to an enduring link that transcends physical boundaries. Its red color is not arbitrary, it is deeply symbolic. Red is the color of blood, the very essence of life, of passion, igniting fierce emotions, of survival, indicating a foundational connection, and of sacrifice, hinting at the profound lessons and offerings exchanged. It is the thread of life itself, tying not just bodies, but destinies, symbolizing the raw, vital force that fuels these profound connections across the grand cosmic design. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, would have understood the red band through the lens of archetypes, recurring universal symbols and patterns that emerge from the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experience. One such archetype is the enemy/enemy, the inner female counterpart within a man, enemy, a male counterpart within a woman, animus, that we often seek externally in a partner, but which ultimately leads us back to the self, the totality of our being. When we meet someone tied to us by the red band, it may not be merely the person we fall in love with in a conventional sense, but rather the powerful reflection of our own soul within them, triggering an internal recognition. This is why such relationships can feel like madness, an overwhelming intensity that defies reason, obsession, an inescapable pull, or rapture, an ecstatic merging. The soul sees itself, often for the first time, raw, divine, and terrifying in its power and vulnerability, yet utterly compelling and profoundly familiar. It presents a paradox: we find our deepest self reflected in another, and in doing so, are drawn into a profound journey of self-discovery that is simultaneously individual and relational. Some ask, can the red band be broken? The answer depends profoundly on your lens. From the ego's perspective, yes, you can consciously choose to cut ties, block communication, attempt to forget, or physically walk away, effectively severing the conscious engagement and interaction. From the soul's perspective, no, the connection remains in the energetic field, eternal, an energetic imprint, but its purpose may shift. The thread may then become less active, or its lessons may complete, allowing for a peaceful release from active, intense engagement without erasing the fundamental link. Some bands are lifelong companions, providing unwavering support and harmonious growth through many seasons of life. Others are seasonal teachers, arriving for a specific period to impart crucial lessons before gracefully departing. The highest act is not to cling or to violently cut, but to honor the purpose the bond came to serve. If it brought you home to yourself, to a greater sense of authenticity and wholeness, it has already fulfilled its sacred task, regardless of its duration, form, or perceived outcome. True honor lies in understanding its contribution to your growth and lovingly integrating its lessons. Even when two red-bound souls are physically apart, the bond does not vanish. Often, in times of silence and separation, one dreams vividly of the other, as if consciousness transcends physical distance, sharing narratives on a subconscious plane. Words are felt before spoken, an unspoken knowing or premonition passing between them, a form of intuitive telepathy, and the same thoughts or emotions ripple across space, leading hand-in-hand parallels in their experiences and discoveries. This profound entanglement resembles what quantum physicists call non-local connection, particles that affect one another instantly, regardless of distance, defying classical physics and suggesting a deeper, interconnected reality. Soul bonds may be the consciousness analog of this, the quantum physics of love, operating on principles beyond our current scientific comprehension, yet deeply felt and empirically experienced by countless individuals throughout history. The red band between souls is not a superstition, a quaint folktale. It is a potent symbol of a cosmic intelligence far deeper than randomness, a sacred weaving of soul destinies across the loom of time, guided by a benevolent design. To feel this bond is not to be haunted by an inescapable fate, it is to be reminded that you are known, seen at the deepest level of your being. You are remembered, your essence held in the heart of eternity. And your life is not an accident, but a divinely guided journey. You are part of a grander pattern, a living, breathing tapestry, where every red thread that touches yours is a profound message from the divine, saying, you are not lost. Your path is purposeful. You are being led, guided by forces seen and unseen. And love is far more ancient and pervasive than your temporary loneliness would have you believe. Consider these intertwined destinies like notes in a vast, cosmic symphony. Each soul is a unique instrument, playing its part, sometimes a solo, sometimes in harmony, sometimes in a challenging counterpoint. The red band is the conductor's unseen baton, guiding the diverse melodies into a magnificent, evolving composition that is the story of your shared existence. This powerful concept of the red band, while mystical, offers a profound framework for understanding the inexplicable pulls and pushes in our lives. It encourages us to view challenging relationships not as random misfortunes, but as purposeful encounters for growth. It validates the inexplicable joy and familiarity we sometimes feel with new acquaintances. Ultimately, it invites us into a more expansive view of connection, one that transcends the confines of a single lifetime and speaks to the enduring nature of love and purpose. The historical echoes of the red band are manifold, demonstrating humanity's enduring fascination with destiny and profound connection. From ancient myths to modern psychology, the idea of fated encounters has shaped narratives and beliefs. We see it in East Asian folklore's red string of fate, where the deity Uxiao ties an invisible cord between destined lovers, a motif that has inspired countless stories. This ancient belief parallels the widespread understanding of soulmates, deeply resonant partners, and the more intense concept of twin flames, two halves of a single soul destined for reunion, often through transformative, sometimes tumultuous, journeys. Historically, societies have grappled with the concept of predestination. In many cultures, arranged marriages were seen not as a restriction of choice, but as the fulfillment of a preordained match, often guided by spiritual or familial wisdom, as exemplified by the Jewish concept of Basher. This belief in a grander design extends to religious doctrines of predestination, such as those in Calvinism, where an individual's spiritual fate was believed to be divinely preordained. On a larger scale, the notion of a national destiny has driven historical movements, like the American concept of manifest destiny in the 19th century, reflecting a collective belief in a pre-written, inevitable path for a nation. The theme of fated connection is a cornerstone of global literature and art. From the tragic lovers Pyramus and Thisbe in ancient Babylonian myth, echoed in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, to the pervasive fated mate trope in contemporary fiction, stories repeatedly explore protagonists drawn together by an undeniable force, often encountering trials that mirror the essay's alchemical relationships. The intensity of real-life historical partnerships, such as those of Napoleon Bonaparte and Empress Josephine or the enduring, public bond of Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, are often recounted with a sense of cosmic inevitability, their lives seeming to intertwine beyond mere coincidence. Even the quiet fidelity of Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward speaks to a deep, unshakable connection that transcends typical relationships. Furthermore, the awakening aspect of red band connections finds resonance in historical periods of collective spiritual awakening, such as the Great Awakenings in American history or the Welsh Revival. These moments of widespread spiritual transformation, often marked by a collective search for deeper meaning and social reform, mirror the individual soul's journey of expansion triggered by a faith encounter. The rise of modern spiritual movements, including the New Age movement, similarly reflects a widespread human desire to understand interconnectedness, karma, and the deeper purpose behind life's relationships. So, look closely at the tapestry of your own life. Who are your red threads? And what profound, ancient story are you being called to weave with them, right here, right now?